Hi, some time ago I made this simple jig that I use to crosscut with my circular saw. In this video I will make a similar jig, but it will be so large that I can use it to cut big boards. I will make a rib fence jig. I bought a 1 cm thick plywood board, and I had it cut in several pieces. A 12 cm wide piece and another 30 cm wide piece. Then I will put the 12 cm wide piece on the 30 cm wide piece, like this, and I will use glue and screws to join both pieces. These screws are slightly shorter than the thick of both pieces together. This piece is 12 cm wide because I want it to stay straight when I glue it on the other piece. If it is too narrow, it could bend like this. This piece is 30 cm wide because I need some room there to clamp it. And here it must be wider than the distance from the edge of the circular saw base to the disc. This must be some centimeters wider than this. Then I measure the distance from the edge of the metallic base to the disc. And now from the edge of the wider piece, I mark that distance plus 2 or 3 centimeters more. I make sure all the surfaces are clean. I choose which edge of the 12 cm wide piece I want to put against the circular saw base. I put some glue on the 12 cm piece. And I use a scraper to spread it. I clean the excess of glue I have in the edge. And I put the edge of the 12 cm piece on the marks I made in the 30 cm piece. I make sure the edge is on the marks. I make sure the ends of the top piece meet the ends of the bottom piece. And for the moment I use spring clamps to clamp both pieces. Now I screw one piece to the other. I must be careful. If I insert them too much, they could protrude the bottom face of the 30 cm piece. Anyway, if I want, when the glue dries, I can remove the screws. There I have the tip of one screw that protrudes this face of the jig, so I file it down. The problem is that will scratch the boards I will cut with this jig, like there in my work table. I can also wait until the glue dries and then I can remove the screws. I make sure there aren't more screws protruding this surface of the jig, and with a fine grit sanding block I sand the surface where my circular saw will run. This way the saw base will slide much better. I can also apply some wax so the circular saw base will slide even better. I put the rib fence jig in the edge of the work table, making sure I won't cut the table. I clamp it. I make sure the saw disc is perfectly at 90 degrees with the metallic base. and I cut the excess so that the jig fits perfect with my circular saw. Because the jig is longer than my work table, I stop the saw. I move the rib fence jig and I keep cutting it. I put the saw on the jig, with the edge of the metallic base against the 12 cm piece. I move the saw slightly back, making sure the teeth are at some distance from the beginning of the cut. I hold it hard and I turn it on, and I keep cutting the jig. And with a fine grit sanding block, I clean the edge I have just cut. Like this, I have a nice rib fence jig to make perfectly straight cuts with my circular saw. With this jig, the disc cuts right in the edge of the jig, so it is very easy to set it with precision to cut right in the marks I will make in the boards I need to cut. In the next video, we'll see how to use this jig to cut the rest of the board I bought, so I can use it to make another 2 jigs, but they will be shorter. Thanks for watching. You can find all my woodworking videos in my channel in YouTube. And if you like my videos, don't forget to like and to share them. And thanks for subscribing to my channel.